And I've told this story a million times, but I was on vacation. I was on my first vacation from In the Heights. It was a pre-Kindle era. It was 2008. So instead of being able to carry, 30 books in a tablet, I had to buy a book to read on vacation. I went to Borders, R.I.P. Borders. The Columbus Circle Borders, and I was like, this has good reviews. I know it ends with a gunfight, should be good as far as history books go. I didn't know anything about Hamilton other than that he was the guy in the tent. People think I'm like a history buff. I'm really not. But I was captivated by the story, and to me, Hamilton's experience from Nevis all the way through his life mirrors a lot of the immigrant experience to me, that the people who come from somewhere else make someplace great, but there's a ceiling on where they're allowed to go. And also that he was a writer, that every crucial moment in his life was because of his writing, good or bad. He wrote his way off the island. He wrote his way into Washington's good graces. He wrote his way out of power by sharing way too much information. But at every turn, he was a writer. So the notion of him as an MC came at the end of the second chapter, and then I didn't picture white people the rest of the time I was reading the book. I was dream casting. Who was my favorite MC to play this part? Who was my favorite MC to play Hercules Mulligan? Who's my favorite MC to play George Washington? And so that was really the genesis of it. It was sort of those three ideas at the same time on a beach in an all-inclusive resort. And then what happens is you collaborate and you find artists that bring that to life, and you find Leslie Odom Jr.'s who sit in the back of your Vassar and literally talk their way out of being on a show they already booked the pilot for, so they can do your show for no money in the basement of the public, because they believe in the work, and we're sitting here all these years later because he made those sacrifices and left his imprint on the show, and so did everyone in the company.
On our inspirations as quickly as possible, those nudgings in your spirit, those whisperings, because it's for you to do, and if you don't do it, there's a good chance it won't get done. And so I say that because I spoke this, my agent is here, Kevin Lin is here. I said this to Kevin 7 years ago, and it took us like 3 years from then to get the rights. The rights were held by a different producer, and then, so 3 years ago, I had my very first meeting with the D. Davis estate, and I started, telling them my dreams and the fact that my daughter's middle name is Ruby, and all these connections that I have, and they put us together with Jeffrey. They made the sort of love connection between Jeffrey and I. We had a wonderful first meeting. Jeffrey Richards has been the most amazing partner and friend and supporter of this work and of these artists. I mean, right? So Jeffrey Richards, our lead producer, his mother